what you want to know!
What's going on, people? Myke ctown here with another episode of What Do You Want to Know, where you ask your questions. If I like your questions, I answer your questions on camera. So yeah, it's been a minute since I've done one of these, and I wanted to do something special for my return. So instead of just going through my What Do You Want to Know email box, I decided to ask my Patreon supporters if there was any questions that they wanted to see answered in a video. And if you want to get involved in things like this, make sure you become a Patreon supporter. My link is down there in the description section. So yeah, Owen W was actually the first person to post a reply, and he said, "I'd love to see a video from you like Anthony Fantano's 10 times I changed my opinion on an album videos, where you go over albums that your opinion of has changed drastically, either because they grew on you or because you don't like them as much as you used to." So yeah, I thought that was actually a pretty cool topic. So I started thinking about older Dead End Hip Hop videos, and I came up with about 10 or 11 where I really didn't like what I'd said in those videos. But I didn't want to make this video too long, so I decided that I'm going to do the top 5. So yeah, so let's jump into it. The first one I want to talk about is the Dead End Hip Hop review of John Connor's Salvation. This came out back in 2011, and this is one of the reviews that I really regret. Not just because John Connor really is a dope-ass rapper, but because in the video I was being really disrespectful, and for no good reason. I'd never heard of John Connor before, and I knew nothing about him, which was mistake part 1. I could have easily got off my stupid ass and Googled him and learned about his history, but this was early Dead End Hip Hop, and I just didn't care. You know, it was a total dick move. Saying that John Connor couldn't spit, that's just plain wrong. John Connor can spit. Is Salvation his best project? No. But is it bad? Absolutely not. It's actually really good. I made a point in the video that this album didn't suck, and I feel like I would have gotten more out of it if it did suck. And then I said that I got more enjoyment out of listening to Lil B because Lil B sucks. And it was just hyperbole for no reason at all. And I'm actually embarrassed that this video is even up. I feel like a dipshit for this video. I was wrong as fuck. And the way John Connor rides beats is really dope. He's one of those no-nonsense type of rappers, and his flow patterns are super nice. I actually sent him a tweet years ago apologizing for this video, and he didn't respond, so I don't know. Either he didn't see it, he didn't know what I was talking about, he didn't care, or he just didn't forgive my fuckery. So it is what it is. Either way, it was a major fuck up. The next video I want to talk about is our review of the Random Acts album. This is also from 2011. And the main problem that I have now with that video is everything that I said about Guilty Simpson. I was totally wrong. I think I'd heard a few Guilty Simpson songs here and there, and maybe I just didn't feel them, so I ran with this idea of Guilty Simpson isn't good. And even worse, I said Guilty Simpson has never been good. Once again, asshole hyperbole for no reason whatsoever. I was saying that Sean Price was just a better MC than Guilty Simpson, and that's just not true. FIFO and B were trying to correct my stupid ass in that video, but I just wasn't listening. But Sean Price may be a little more charismatic than Guilty Simpson, but Guilty is definitely no slouch on the mic. He brings that kind of straightforward, kind of bully rap vibe, and he does it really well. I don't know what the fuck I was on back then. Now, I do stand by the fact that I didn't love this album. I do find it to be a little bit boring. It's not bad, but it's not something that I return to. I think both MCs have much better work, but like B and FIFO said in the review, Sean P and Guilty Simpson were a perfect match. They both come off as big, mean gorillas on the mic, the type of MCs that you don't want to run into in a dark alley. And if I did, I feel like they would both be justified in knocking at least 2 or 3 of my teeth out for the stupid shit that I said in that video. But yeah, I was totally wrong. I listened to Ode to the Ghetto after that, and that shit is dope as fuck. I actually listened to it a few days ago, to be honest, but I'm not gonna pretend that I listen to it daily or anything like that, but it's just some good clean the house or go to the gym and lift weights kind of hip hop, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, rest in peace, Sean Price. And I already apologized to Guilty Simpson in a past Dead in Hip Hop video, which he probably never saw. But in case Guilty did see our Random Acts video and he happens to run across this, I sincerely apologize once again for me being a fucking asshole. Now we're gonna change it up a little bit. The next video I want to talk about is our review of Macklemore's The Heist. And it's funny, I think the only thing that I got right in this video was that Macklemore was destined for stardom. That is true. The rest of this, nah. I loved The Heist when I first heard it. I loved the production. I loved how Macklemore was rhyming over the production. I loved the song content. I thought he was so deep. I listen to the album now and I don't feel any of that, to be honest. I can't take any of it seriously. I can't put my finger on exactly what it is that changed for me, because it's not like I got exposed to more music, so this just didn't seem as good anymore. Maybe his later antics kind of soiled my feelings on his past material. None of that can't be true either, because I can still listen to that Versus EP and shit, that remix of the Versus EP. I can listen to that shit all day long. Like, I feel like that material is immaculate, but I can't even get through The Heist anymore. I swear to God, from the beats to the lyrics to Macklemore's kind of over dramatic delivery, the album just comes off as corny as fuck to me now. So, and I don't know the guy. I could once again be completely wrong. His intentions could be completely pure. It's just the music to me now doesn't really portray that. Everything seems to be based around the hook. It's like he knew the key to getting songs stuck in your head was to give you this fucking cheesy hook that would invade your brain. And he did that really well, but I never listened to this album at all. I don't even know if I still have a physical copy of it. I may have given it away. Actually, I think I gave it to this girl that I was dating because she told me that she didn't like rap, and I was like, "Oh, you're kind of cheesy. I think you'll like this." She wore Tevas, so yeah. It seems like somebody that would like Macklemore, someone that wears Tevas all year round with socks. Anyways, yeah, I still think Same Love is really good. I still think Wings is an amazing song, but the rest of this album is a hard pass. And there's still that line that just irks the fuck out of me, where he says the greats weren't great because at birth they could paint, the greats were great because they paint a lot. And I get what he meant, but it's just such a horse shit line. Anyways, moving on. I'm sure you guys all knew that this one was gonna come up. Number 2 is A$AP Rocky, Live Love A$AP review. This is another one from 2011. So I said a lot of dumb shit in this video. When I first heard this album, I didn't like it at all. I thought the beats were boring. I thought A$AP's flow and delivery was just trash. I even said dude was 3 steps up from Lil B. That's how much I did not like A$AP Rocky. Now my opinion hasn't changed on Lil B, so comparing A$AP to Lil B, that was a very hard gut punch. I don't find the way that Lil B delivers his lines to be creative or interesting at all. And see, that is the difference between Lil B and A$AP Rocky. On this review, I focused the whole time on lyrics, which I used to do a lot back then. They're not lyrical, he's not lyrical, blah, blah, blah. And I'm so embarrassed to see myself saying this shit on camera. Is A$AP Rocky the most lyrical rapper in the world? No. But is he one of the most creative rappers when it comes to how he lays his bars down and the flow patterns he uses? Fuck yes. He's one of the most creative rappers of this generation, in my humble opinion. I listen to Live Love A$AP now and I'm bobbing my head the whole time. This shit is so fucking dope. it definitely took a while to grow on me, and I think it's because I really had to kind of figure out what ASAP was doing with his music. He's very unconventional, even though he does talk about fashion, he talks about clothes, he talks about him being pretty and all that stuff, but just kind of throw him in that swag rap category is just, it's just ignorant and it's unfocused. And a lot of you guys may not know, but I feel like this started like a little bad blood between Dead End and the ASAP crew. They even used snippets of our review in, I don't know if it was a Coachella performance or it was some kind of festival performance where they were kind of using it ironically as kind of like a fuck these guys type of thing. And I don't blame them. We were being assholes in that video. I can only speak for myself. I don't know if B's changed his mind, probably not, but I was being an asshole. And I definitely apologized to ASAP years later, and he seemed to accept my apology, and I'm really thankful for that. But yeah, I think he's super deserving of the success that he's had since Live Love ASAP. Him and Clams Casino, both of those guys have been putting in incredible work. And yeah, I still think Testing is a fucking amazing album, and y'all can kiss my ass if you disagree. But yeah, Live Love ASAP is definitely an amazing project. Yeah, 2011 was just a really bad year for me. Maybe I was drinking too much or something. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But yeah, the last video I want to talk about, the Needle Drop versus Fader video that we did. This is one of my most regretful video, you guys. If I could go back in time and slap the shit out of myself twice, maybe even 3 times, I totally would on this video. So this was a video where we were discussing that that Fader takedown article where they were trying to paint Anthony Fantano as a racist or as an alt-right supporter. Now, of course, I never believed that. I never once thought that Fantano was anywhere close to racist. Was I confused by a couple of his moves? Sure I was. But I'm also an old man who doesn't understand a lot about this internet stuff. You know, I don't get the whole thing with the memes, 4chan, Moo, all that shit. I don't like it, I don't get it, it's not for me. So I was confused by a few of the videos that he did. I was confused by a couple of the collaborations that he did. But I didn't jump to any conclusions. I just decided, okay, this shit's not for me, and I just stopped watching the videos. I had mentioned to the guys that these videos were weird to me, and I wanted them to check them out because I wanted them to tell me if I was just tripping or if this stuff was normal, whatever. And I did feel like he was gonna get himself in trouble at some point. Now, why didn't I say anything to him? I didn't feel like it was my place, especially because I didn't understand the shit, so I just left it alone. Anyway, the guys wanted to do a video talking about the article once it came out. And my beef with that was I felt like they were being ambulance chasers, and I don't like that kind of shit. I guess you kids would call it clout chasing, meaning that they didn't care to discuss the situation until it was a big thing that was blowing up on the internet and everyone else was talking about it. And I felt like we shouldn't do a video on it because it would be giving punk ass Fader the attention that they were looking for. So when they approached me about doing the video, I didn't want to. And instead of just being an adult and just not being in the video, like leaving the room or whatever, I decided to sit in the background and just be a fucking dick. Be a petulant little child sitting in the background frowning and disrupting the discussion. And in my head, I thought I was doing the right thing by calling the guys out on their motivations. And yeah, I mean, I still think that I was right in doing that. It's just, I spent the whole fucking video doing that, and that was completely unnecessary. In the end, I feel like I would have done a much larger service to Fantano by actually discussing the article like the guys were trying to, and giving my points as to why the article was complete and total bullshit. And after the video went up and I watched it and I saw myself being a little biatch, I felt like complete and total shit, man. Regardless of how I felt about why the guys decided to talk about it, I don't think I even did a halfway decent job of defending Fantano against a bunch of dirty scumbag vultures who were just trying to get attention through controversy by trying to ruin someone's career. And yeah, fuck Fader for that, but fuck me even more for not doing what I should have done when I had the opportunity. And I apologized to Fantano later on through text, and he accepted my apology, and I'd like to think that he's forgiven me at this point, but I wouldn't blame him if he still kind of held a teeny bit of a grudge. I don't know, I felt like I failed him on this one, so yeah, that was a huge regret, and it's definitely the video that I changed my mind the most about. So yes, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you have some questions that you want to ask me, you can email them to ctownwdywk@gmail.com. But yeah, as usual, thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out, boy.